Are you tired of dying in Hive SkyWars? Do you want to win every game? Well, in this video, I'll reveal the top 10 tips and tricks that skyrocket your chances of victory. But why should you trust me? I'm just a random person on the internet. However, I'm a random person on the internet who spent a lot of time playing SkyWars and is considered to be pretty good at all game modes. Good enough? Let's get into the video. The loot at your island will get you started in case someone decides to rush you straight away. This happens to me often, and through experience I learned it's just better to be prepared. This is why it's important to loot the chest straight away. There are two ways to do this. 1. Breaking the chest. 2. Opening the chest and only taking out the necessary items. Bridging is one of the foundations of SkyWars if you want to get to mid fast. But why is it so important? It allows you to quickly navigate the map, gain positional advantages, outmaneuver your opponents, run from your opponents, and get the loot at mid first. Why is getting mid so important, you may ask? That's because the island loot pales in comparison to the loot in the middle. The best armor you can get from the chest on your island is iron armor, while the ender chest at the middle of the map hold all kinds of utilities and can hold up to full diamond armor with enchantments, which greatly reduces the damage you take and helps you last longer in fights. If you looted all the available chests and you still don't have the loot you want, then you can always mine the ore scattered around the map. Redstone ore gives you up to 5 absorption hearts. Diamond ore gives you randomized pieces of diamond armor. Iron ore can give you arrows, crumbling cobblestone, and andesite, which is the most common block used for bridging. Gold ore gives you useful items if you're lucky, and if you're not, it spawns a boombox on you. Last but not least, lapis ore has a low chance to drop enchanted books, and an even lower chance that they're useful. Looking at you, fire aspect. Once you've looted up, you're going to need to fight people in order to ensure they can't attack you first. If they look good at the game, you're going to want to strafe in the opposite direction they do and keep a consistent click pattern. If they're straight lining or running straight at you, you're going to want to jump reset, which is useful when you and your opponent are trading hits. This is jumping when you hit the ground on the second hit of the trade. If you want to learn more about this, I would recommend watching my video on it, link in the description. The next option is hit selecting, which is hitting your opponent immediately after they hit you. And if you do this, it turns into a trade. Then you can jump reset, which is a perfect way to combine both. One may be easier depending on which one you're more comfortable with, but I recommend you practice both. Some useful items for stalling your opponent or starting combos are bows and snowballs. For snowballs, you throw 1 or 2 at your opponent to stop the momentum, and if you hit them right after you throw the snowball, then it picks them up and makes them go high enough in the air to start a combo. You can do the same strategy with bows, however you need to be at least 4 blocks away, or the Hive will give you the message that says short-range arrows do less damage and essentially make you waste your arrow. The next tip would be stopping momentum. Stopping momentum is necessary for starting a combo because this allows you to move more around your opponent than they can move around you, giving you an advantage, which is why I save the best strategy for stopping momentum for last: placing blocks. If your opponent has auto jump enabled, and if you place a block in front of them, it will cause them to jump, and if your aim is good enough, guarantee you a free combo. If they don't have auto jump enabled, then it will stop their momentum completely, allowing you to get free hits. One of the best strategic tips is to learn the map and analyze which one you play best on. Once you find this out, try to expand to learning how the other maps work. The fastest way to mid, the fastest route for a side rush, and where you can run if you're low and need to heal. This brings me to my next tip, strategically running. I know it sounds silly, but if you really want to dominate Hive SkyWars, then you need to not die. So maintaining high health is necessary. Fair warning, only use this if you are low in a fight and losing, or you're outgeared and taking lots of damage. Don't just run if you get hit once. That's called being toxic. The next strategy is fake running. If you ran to heal earlier in a fight, then the opponent's more likely to follow you this time, in which case sprint jump away, then do a 180, and while they're jumping, hit them in the air and combo them. The last tip is to manage your resources wisely. If you're winning a fight, then you have no need to use any of your utilities. Instead, if you're losing, then use them to gain a tactical advantage, because if you need them to win fights later in the game, then you'll regret wasting them in a situation where they wouldn't have changed the outcome. If you made it this far into the video, consider subscribing because we are sub-racing my friend on Porkable to 500 subs, and we are currently losing. But all reasons for you to sub aside, we are now ready to dominate Hive SkyWars. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you later.